In this video, we're going to be talking about how to brand your business and stand out in the marketplace. And the first place to really start is with understanding what is brand and why is having a strong brand even important. And really the main reason is that your brand is your company's identity or reputation. In an interview with The Future, brand expert Marty Neumeier said this.
A brand is a result. It's a customer's gut feeling about a product, a service, or a company. It ends up in their heads, in their hearts. They take whatever raw materials you throw at them and they make something out of it.
You see, it's not just a logo or a website or a color palette that visually identifies you. Those are really important and we're going to talk about them a little later in this video, but it's so much more than that. Your brand is the actions you take, the feeling that someone gets when they interact with you in your business, how you talk, the way your employees interact with customers, and the community that your business builds both locally and online. It's what separates you from your competitors. Now, brace yourself for a second because we got some tough love coming. So often business owners mistake brand for their logo. They want their own version of a Nike swoosh or an iconic apple with a bite taken out of it. But truthfully, your logo is just a symbol. It's just a mark that's meant to represent your business. I mean, think about your favorite sports team, whether it's college or professional. When you see their logo on a hat, a jersey, or painted on a field, you probably get goosebumps and butterflies in your stomach because of what that team means to you. The memories of going to games, the joy of championships, or the sting of close losses, those goosebumps and butterflies are physical manifestations of that brand inside of you. Now, think about the logo of your business. Maybe it's a law firm or a dental office or even a personal brand here on YouTube or on social media. Do your customers or community, do they get that same kind of feeling? When they see your logo on your building or website, do they feel a sense of relief because of the care that your business or practice provides? If they ever have to move away, do they think, God, I'm not sure how I'm going to replace that dentist. He was the best. I felt so seen and cared for by him. If not, then changing your logo is probably not going to change that or make your brand any stronger. So let's look at how we can build a brand for your business that actually stands out in the marketplace. The first thing that you need to do is ask yourself, who do you serve? You have to know your target audience like the back of your hand, because if you try to appeal to everyone, you're going to end up appealing to no one. So let's take a chiropractor as an example. If I was tasked with building a brand for a chiropractic practice, I would start with what type of patients do they want to work with? Do they want to work with athletes or personal injury rehab, older patients, younger patients? What impact do they want to make for their patients in their lives? And once I have that list, I'm going to go look for correlations. Are there overlapping areas where patterns start to emerge surrounding maybe age or gender or occupation or where people live? Where you can take that information and now start to craft an avatar of what that ideal customer looks like. And then once we have that, we can begin to shape our brand around something that's going to attract that type of customer. And after we have that ideal customer, we want to look at our competition and ask ourselves questions around them. Things like, do they have the same target market that we do? How do they attract their customers? What do they do well? What could they maybe do better? And then you should assess your own strengths and weaknesses. Are there things that you're good at that your competition maybe struggles with that you can capitalize on and stand out from the crowd? So, what does their website look like maybe, or are they active on social media with regular content? Everything you ask yourself here is going to be a data point on how you can stand out in your market. And then the last question you should ask yourself is what makes you different? Why should someone come to you over your competition? And this question has nothing to do with sleazy sales tactics or misrepresentation, and it has everything to do with what your brand says about you as a business. So let's do another example here for a personal injury law firm. And let's say that after you've analyzed your competition, you see that all of their websites are filled with legal jargon, and it's difficult to understand for potential clients, and it's tough to navigate their site to even know what service a potential client might need. And maybe they're not active on social media at all. And if they are, they just post about themselves. They post about their firm, and it's very transactional. It's all about them. It's not about their client. So maybe you could see that as a way to differentiate yourself by being the law firm that talks to clients like their family or friends without a bunch of jargon that's too tough to understand, And you put out content every week on social media that shows other clients win and that shows their positive experience with you, and content that teaches potential clients about the different areas of law that you can help them with, to show that you're an expert. And if they ever need help, you're there for them. They can call you. You can be their lifeline when they're in trouble. So how different of an experience could that be compared to your competitors? That's differentiation in your brand. And notice we haven't even talked about your logo once. That's because the brand is all about the feelings. It's all about the feelings that you stir up in your customers. Once you understand what makes you different, now you're ready to start to build an identity around what makes you unique. From your logo to the way you speak on your website and in your social media content, and all the way to how your receptionist greets a client walking in the door. Take all the research you've done on your competition, what you know about your target market, and what makes you different to create a brand that stands out. So for your logo, look at what's out there. If every law firm in the city is using a similar color palette, then maybe you shake it up. Go green and blue instead of black and gold. If no one is using video on their website to explain their services, adopt a new medium, that invites customers in and educates them on the true value you provide, puts a face with the name. Instead of having a website full of pages with thousands of words of text that, to be honest, nobody's gonna read in the first place because it all looks like a big privacy policy. A great example of this in action is a chiropractic practice where I used to live in Orlando called Nightlight Chiropractic. Shout out to Dr. Merrill and his team. They do an amazing job of differentiating themselves in the marketplace by understanding who they serve, what makes them different, and leaning into that uniqueness. If we take a look at their website, it's nothing fancy, but look at what we're met with on their homepage above the fold. We can see, why choose Nightlight Chiropractic? We don't believe in long-term care plans. We don't shoot unnecessary x-rays. We work with your medical doctor and team, and we're open late. They've identified right here what the rest of the crowd is doing and decided to go the other way. Their team understands that people don't want to go to their office for the rest of their life. They want to get in, they want to get treated, and they want to get out. And you know what? Instead of having to miss work or school, they're open late, so you can schedule an appointment that's convenient for you, while all the other offices out there are pinching pennies, over-treating people, and making appointments when it works for them and not their patients. That right there, that is a strong brand. That is differentiation. When you see their logo or when you talk to their team, you feel something different because of the identity they've created and the reputation that they've built. They could go change their logo, they could change their color palette, they can redesign their website, but that doesn't change their brand. It just gives them another symbol that represents who they already are. So the next time you're thinking about branding or even rebranding your business, walk yourself through these questions. See how you stack up and what makes you different so you can capitalize on it. I'd really, really love to get more tactical here. I love talking about this stuff. So if you have any specific questions or want me to break down a particular industry or a business into more detail, please drop a comment down below with what you'd like to hear more about, and I would absolutely love to make more videos on this in the future. If you got value from this video, please do hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on any videos in the future. That's it for now. I'll catch you in the next one.